Creep on in, on in, on in.
Sounds like murder at midnight right now. There's a murderer in the house looking for me. I think it's rude. She was acting pretty sus, but I don't think she's gonna check up here. Should be good.
6 spot.
Lemonade.
Used to carry all the groceries in one trip. Hercules. Simply made it make gone in one sip. Too much dip on my chip. Stiff on my chip.
So communal food was like a little opt-in process that we thought of at the beginning of community summer. Like a bunch of things that everyone eats almost every day. Stuff like eggs and bread and milk. And then personal stuff is stuff you put your name on. Like your olives. And you expect people not to eat it because it's personal. It's yours, just for you, Karsten.
So for dinner this week we have mac and cheese, stir fry. Everyone's signed up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Any grievances?
I have a Kalamata of interest. It's gone. And it ain't inside me. Sue ate it.
I thought there was two, one communal, one was yours, and like I was trying to make a salad. Cameron and I had to run out the door, so like I grabbed a couple of your olives, and when I grabbed a couple, I grabbed all of them. I'll be completely honest. I grabbed all of them. I realized that you spent your well-earned money on those olives, and I too would wish I could go to Walmart and spend money on those olives.
Listen,
Okay.
I bought 4 and second to last.
Benay, shut it! Remember me. $3.50 plus interest?
Now, one of our core values at the Cleveland Delta House is having Sunday meetings. In our Sunday meetings, we both bring up appreciations and grievances about the week. During this week, we had a little bit of a dispute between Gia and I as we discussed the nutritional value of Kalamata olives. What could have ballooned into a massive fight with Gia and I at each other's throats was end up being mediated. One of the things that brings us closer as a house is having dinners every night together. Now, we cook together and we clean together as a house, which is very important.
You bring me to my knees, you make me
Barely.
Dude, do you have water?
This is how it starts. This is the transition video.
I've been low. Oh, too low. Yeah, you make me feel up in my gotta
I second.
Oh, too low. Oh, too low. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Should I go first? Are we rolling?
Okay.
That's cute.
We work at St. Gabriel's Mercy Center.
We work at the fabulous
Delta Arts Alliance. Just kidding.
the
Grammy
Grammy
Museum.
Museum, Mississippi.
I work at Delta Arts Alliance.
We work at the Sunflower County Freedom Project in Sunflower, Mississippi.
We work at Delta State University at the Delta Center for Culture and Learning.
Getting close to the kids we work with and developing relationships with them where they come to us for things that are important to them and just seeing them grow as people.
Plus, spending time with GS Police.
I like just working in a place where I can just take a break every now and then and go and see one of the most interesting, technologically innovative museums. And it's also really interesting work too.
I really love that we've managed to find projects that actually really speak to our own personal interests.
These past 3 weeks, I've been working on this project that's essentially, it's crazy, it's wild. I've interviewed like 50 people now, some ridiculous amount. The fact that my job has transformed into a documentary filmmaking position is kind of epic.
My favorite part of my job is working with all the kids. They're awesome. Their ability to learn and be curious about things is admirable. The amount of energy and work that they put into all the tasks that we ask of them, no matter how difficult it got, they were just putting in 110%.
They're super, super funny. I can never stop laughing around them. Just getting to know kind of the strengths and weaknesses of each of the kids and then watching them develop the whole way through.
The workshops. We have 2 week-long workshops where we're following teachers around the Delta as they're learning about the early civil rights movement, some of the Delta's history, some of the Delta's culture, the evolution of the blues genre.
Like Carson said, the workshops, and especially the first one, just because of the first part of the immersive experience, it was kind of just being thrust into the music and the culture of Mississippi. I just absolutely loved it. The teachers were incredible. We learned so much from the primary sources that we get to talk to.
We pretty much plan lesson plans for every week for the kids, Monday through Thursday. And then on Fridays, we work at another summer camp called Fly Zone.
We do a lot of arts and crafts with the kids. We try to play a lot of games that incorporate some sort of learning that has something to do with their general curriculum as well.
Researching or writing, or it could be sometimes we have meetings with other people, at the LA Museum. Sometimes we have calls with them, or with Delta Arts Alliance.
Data analysis for the museum, helping write a lot of the material and helping curate an upcoming temporary exhibit and collaborating with Grammy LA on that.
Getting kids information into the spreadsheets, making snack, assisting artists that are less okay with handling large groups of children, interviewing people, editing videos, writing our newsletters, leaving voicemails, calling registrants, helping Rory with anything she needs.
Me and Bennett teach reading, and Ruth teaches rhetoric. We teach Creative Club after study section, and I taught art expression. Bennett teaches robotics, and then Ruth taught protecting my peace.
In your off time, you're usually planning lessons, writing them down, gathering materials, planning ahead as much as you can.
What we're in charge of doing is making portfolios and blog posts and videos about that workshop to kind of highlight it for the National Endowment for the Humanities for Delta Center to use as promotional materials.
Taking B-roll, conducting interviews, taking stills.
Only the brave teach.
Oh my gosh, it takes a lot of kindness and a lot of patience to get through to kids.
They're just so observant.
Yeah.
How to be professional and communicate, and then also speak up when I need help or when I need more to do, and a little bit of more self-confidence in my own ability to like write and research.
The ins and outs of running a nonprofit and kind of what goes into administering that and kind of the number, like the budgetary side of it, where you get your money from, how you build up an organization like that, data analysis skills that I didn't really like learned in a classroom but didn't know necessarily how to apply it to professional environments.
Started using Premiere Pro for video editing. That's big. How to roll with things and like be very proactive about getting the things that I need from my boss, because she's a super busy woman. Just loads of editing, interview techniques, how to set up cameras, 3-point lighting.
I think I learned a lot of patience. We would figure out that like there was so much more going on in their daily lives and their backgrounds, and that we just had to be accommodating for that. We had to recognize that.
I feel like I've learned a lot about how to balance kind of being a friend to the kids with being a teacher to the kids.
In the really high stress environment of the workshop, I learned how to be like patient and learn how to troubleshoot.
Carson and I have like learned a high degree of just like teamwork as far as work goes and cultivating that friendship, just learning to be there for each other and not to be afraid to ask for help, and also not to be hesitant to offer help has made the job not only like really intellectually rewarding, but I made a new friend.
Pretty.
Do this job to feel creative.
Do this job if you are okay with like less structure than other jobs. It's more of like you have to figure it out yourself.
Yeah. Do it if you're like a motivated person. It's definitely the type of job where it's the work that you put in.
Do this job feel like music? That's an easy one.
Yeah.
There's music all the time here. A lot of creative people work in this building.
Do this job feel like museums?
Yeah.
If you don't mind kind of sitting at a desk for a long time.
Do this job if you like art. Being in a gallery space was really exciting for me. If you like posting on social media, editing videos, doing that kind of like storytelling content, you want to get better at interviewing people.
Do this job if you love kids, if you love learning about the civil rights movement, all the beautiful history behind it. Maybe if you've never been to the South, I'd say do Sunflower and just get to learn more about like breaking down those myths and misconceptions.
If you really want to like empower people or inspire people, like if you want to make that kind of impact, like see how you're affecting people, then this is definitely the job for you.
If you like to stay busy, for sure. If teaching is something that's interesting to you, even a little bit.
If you're someone who's like always appreciated the teachers in your life and everything that they've done for you.
Do this job if you feel like you need like a creative outlet.
If you're looking for a job that is going to challenge you, this job challenges you in all the best ways. So if you really need that environment to grow and learn a lot, if you're looking for something that is going to be super, super challenging but super rewarding, I think this is the perfect job for you.
You can have like whatever weapons you want within reason. Which Robertson house this summer wins in war?
Us!
Yeah.
Listen, wait, say it.
We just weaponize mosquitoes and like biological war.
We went to Memphis for Ruth's birthday.
It was really close, which was nice. Nashville was so fun. We met up with the Kentucky kids, which was so nice because I missed all of them so much, and we all stayed in a tiny Airbnb together. What was it, like 18 people?
It was really good, like a good relaxer, just to like check up on the Kentucky people and like, just exchange stories, talk about house dynamics.
We went to New Orleans for 4th of July. Yay, America.
I think that going there really like made me appreciate Mississippi more and just how like calm and collected it is. Because I think that I'm more like I like always having something to do, but I also really appreciate like a nice calm environment.
We saw fireworks. It was the 4th of July. That's why we went down to NOLA.
The
few of us went to Montgomery to meet up with Trey.
We went to the National Memorial for Peace and Justice. As you walk through the memorial, like the level that you're standing goes down, but the pillars are all just like hanging there. It's like in a way very reminiscent of lynching, and you just see like the rows and rows and rows and rows of pillars with people's names on them who were lynched.
I personally got really emotional there. It's a really good memorial. We stayed in one night and watched movies. Trey made us cookies. Trey also made us breakfast. It was great to hang out with Trey. Our last trip away from Cleveland, Mississippi.
We went to Magic Springs, which is like an amusement park / water park.
Since day one, I had been craving to ride a roller coaster. We finally got to do it, and I think everyone had a great time. It was a nice last trip with everyone.
I think slowing down and kind of coming to a town that's a lot smaller, and to a house that was, you know, more of a sort of like community unto its own, as opposed to a lot of the other places like New Orleans, which are just like bustle. I enjoyed that, like I was able to slow down and I was able to kind of take a breather and not feel rushed to do things like 100% of the time. Living in Cleveland definitely, you know, it affords you a lot of time to do things that you wouldn't think you would be able to, things that you don't have time to do in other places, things like read and watch TV and just kind of be there, like you're present in a way that I don't think you see in a lot of other places. When I heard Cleveland, Mississippi, I read population 12,000, I just didn't have like a scale. And I was like, oh, there are gonna be 2 buildings in this town and us. And I was pleasantly surprised. It's not huge by any standards, but there's more to it than you'd expect. It's not like there's 100 things to do and you want to try all of it. And that forces you to be creative and to think about how you make your own fun without something being manufactured for you. And so it kind of creates this more of authentic, kind of different type of freedom, and it's a different type of experience that I think is unique to Cleveland.
My favorite thing about Community Summer has definitely just been like the family that we have here. Like we're all so close, and like a lot of us, a few of us were like close already, which I think helped, but like all of us as a whole, like people who didn't know each other, like we have 2 matrix here, like we all just have connected so well and gotten along really easily, which is like not easy living with 11 people. Like we've been, I think, really good at, you know, being reasonable with each other and, you know, listening to each other and, you know, letting each other have space, or, you know, when someone's feeling down, like someone will go and check on them. There's not as much to do here in Cleveland, but it means that you'll get to know each other on a deeper level than you might if you were like out doing things all the time.
And wipe your slate clean. Take me to your river. I wanna go.
I think we had a good group of people in which everyone was eager to like jump in a car and just go somewhere. Being around people who were like just so willing to try new things, go to new places, like get up early and go see the sunrise, or like go see the sunset, and things like that are like wholesome things that like just take people who like are willing to like be spontaneous and be like, you know, let's do this. And like the fact that I got to learn how to cook new things and go to all these places that I probably would never have been to unless I was like here in Mississippi with these people.
feel like if I could put together like a full year from like my favorite months from like all my years, these would definitely be 2 of those.
Spend some time with it, make my day. Spend some time with it, just make my day. Don't know where to go.
In every single interview that I've done for this thing, but like, you have 11 really dope people in your house, man. So you just get really, really close. And it's like never gonna happen again. Like it's not even the same as college. Like you're in close quarters with your college like friends or whatever, you live on the same campus. But like here you're in the same house. I would say my favorite part of community summer is forging beautiful friendships.
Just like being in the house, whether it's like everyone watching a movie or just like family dinners, like community summer is such like a time for growth in like relationships with people, and like I feel so much closer to people now. Even people like I wasn't close to before. Like it's just, I wish I could do it again. I really wish like there was like another community summer we had all together. It'd be so much fun.
Now that you're here, whoa, work. 'Cause people come and go, but I think you should know that I think this will work. Still don't know my name. You still don't know my name. And I would die a slave right now, but you still don't know my name. Yeah.
I was about to be like, watch out, Lily, and then she just grabbed.
I was not paying attention.
The documentary will have no cuts.